recording? Yes, and there's my doggy. Hey, honey. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are smiling. I hope you had such a great week so far. I am so excited about today's video, and I have a couple questions for y'all to start out. So let me know in the comments what y'all think about this, okay? Okay. Have you ever been told by someone, like, I don't know why I just said that. That just like came out, and like I just felt so safe to be able to talk to you about this. Or like I've never told anyone about that before. Like that just felt so real and so natural to open up to you. Do you feel like you have a sixth sense when you walk into a room and you can feel like there was an argument, or you can feel like there's just like some heaviness or some tensions, and you look over and you're like, oh, that couple's having an argument or something like that? Do you ever get like that? If you do, welcome to the world of empaths. And if you don't relate to any of that, then I hope this video can be helpful in helping you relate to those that do feel deeply and sensitively than the average person. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So an empath is defined as an emotional sponge. They are someone who absorbs the stress and also positive emotions into their own body from other people. So they are able to put themselves in someone else's shoes to better understand someone else's experience in feelings, thus feeling more empathy than your average person. So empaths are highly sensitive people. They have a keen ability to sense what people around them are thinking and feeling. So I am an empath, and I have spent a good chunk of my life trying to manage my sensitivity, and I often fight against this because it can feel so overwhelming at times, so very overwhelming, and so scary sometimes to just feel so much, and sometimes out of the blue and all of a sudden. Now, I can talk all day about the countless traits and impact of an empath, but for the sake of this video, I narrowed it down to 5 fundamentals, and this video will be part of my empath series, so stay tuned for the videos that follow. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So number 1, high level of intuition. Do you find someone confiding something in you, but you already kind of knew, in essence, because you could see it in their eyes or just feel it in their presence? It's not creepy, I promise. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're saying, even though you didn't say it. So you really feel people's essence. Words aren't the true means of contact for an empath. Energy is. So empaths can see through the densest thoughts and emotions and feelings. They know the clear intention behind others' emotions and thinking. Now, we all have intuition as children of God. I wholeheartedly believe that, and I wholeheartly know that. You can cultivate that at any moment. But with empaths, it almost comes more innately because it is truly a gift. Now, I've come to know this heightened level of intuition can come as a little bit of an unwanted thing for some people. It can feel like an invasion of privacy. It can feel like you're taking someone's agency away because you're saying, oh, hey, yeah, I already know what's up. I already know what you're feeling. Oh, this is it. That's exactly why you're feeling that way, you know? And if you tell someone that, it's not only, it can come across as creepy to them, and it can also make them feel uncomfortable because maybe they're not ready to tell you these things, or maybe they didn't want to open up to you in this way. Maybe they didn't want to share this at all. Maybe it's just, that's just their internal, thing they're keeping in their closet. Like, we all have our demons, we all have our, our things that we just kind of want to keep private, So yeah, it's a very tricky thing. I'm still working to respect my gift that I have, while at the same time respecting other people and their privacy and their agency. It's the nature of the game, if you will, and as empaths, we really have to be aware of our boundaries, not just for ourselves, but for everyone else around us, For an empath, there's a fine line between helping and healing someone. Just being there for someone to, like, just make them feel seen, Just being there out of comfort and not trying to identify this, and this, and this for them. It's just about sitting back and saying, I hear you, I see you, I feel you. You're okay. That's all right. Thanks for sharing that. Wow, I didn't know that. And that can be just as healing as saying, I think I know what's going on here. It's this and this and this and this. I just feel it. I just know it, Maybe they can receive that, but as an empath, intuitively, you can feel out the room. You can feel out the situation. And a lot of times, a lot of times you can't though. And that's the tricky part. You feel so much and you want to help so much and you can identify it and it drives you crazy because it's like, this is exactly what's going on. Why can't you see? Or why can't, I can just tell you and we can just like work through this and we're done, you know? But that's not really, I think at least, my purpose or the purpose of an empath. It's to help heal, but at the same time respecting the agency and the divine working through the other person too, not just you. So yes, it's a tricky business for sure, but it's so important and crucial to just know that heightened intuition is a gift and we can use our intuition respectively. So number 2, you have a deep connection with animals and people. So I used to say to myself when I was in like gatherings and big groups of people and parties and stuff, like, oh, do you have any pets? And I would just go to go pet the animals, like kind of slide out the room and be like, oh, what a cute dog, oh, it's so sweet, and just spend my like time with them. That was like, I realize now, and I think I realized then, but I didn't like take it to heart, that I wanted to spend more time with animals than the people because not as much energy overload or emotional baggage that came with like interacting with humans, you know? And as an empath, you know, it can be draining to interact with people. You can be an extroverted empath, you can be an introverted empath. I'm an introverted extrovert. It gets kind of complicated. And for me, I love talking to people. I love getting to know them. But at the end of the day, it's like, if I've been socializing, even for just like an hour and a half, I need at least 15 minutes or so of just me, just silence, and just to like regroup and like reframe and kind of process all of that went down. So it's like I process all of the energies that I've been interacting with and kind of like clear it out of my own being. So an empath definitely feels that. You feel more compelled and more in tune with the animals, the nature of the purity and the calmness, the gentleness, and you can really equally enjoy people's company at the same time, you know, as having an animal present. But you can really enjoy people's company. It's just about putting up boundaries for yourself and for others. And if that means like going to the party and only spending a couple hours so you can spend the rest of the night by yourself, so be it. Or if that means for you, don't go to the party because you're just really feeling like you just want to be in your shell tonight. You just really want to spend some time reading, drawing, doing whatever can fill you up. You know, and if that's not interacting with people, that's okay, you know? I understand it's hard sometimes to be like, yeah, I don't really want to go out tonight, and, you know, you might let people down, but at the end of the day, it's important if you went to something that you felt, you just know that you would be completely drained, completely depleted, or overwhelmed going to, then that's not really right for anyone, obviously, because if it's not right for you at the end of the day, then it's not right for them, vice versa. So keep that in mind, but you definitely have as an empath, have a deep connection with animals, and animals feel it. They come up to you and they're just almost like people like, wow, like he's really getting along with you, or wow, like it's like you've known my dog all your life, and it's like, he feels me. So number 3 is feeling others' problems and emotions like it's your own. This is a big one. So crowds, hospitals, parties, etc., like they're all too much for an empath. Because you pick up and truly pick up all of the energy in its purity and all of the thoughts, emotions in the room, and it immediately feels overwhelming. It can immediately flood you so much to where you're just like spinning inside and you don't know what's what or like what you're doing. It feels like chaos. Even when, you know, people are just by themselves in little groups and quietly talking, it can feel like chaos because you pick up on all of the energies and all the thoughts swimming around in the entire place that you're at. Especially for me throughout this pandemic, I've felt my empathicness more than ever before. It feels like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders and the emotions of the world in my heart, you know, and I'm sure for many of us, like that's I'm not the only one there. I just feel heavy and like down and like fatigued, and that fatigue really comes from feeling so drained from processing and filtering and like shedding and throwing away like some of the emotions off of you and in you. It's your body reacting, and that fatigue is real. It's real for empaths. I know I, for one, definitely get like that all the time. Tricky balance to be like this every single day, because you can suddenly be deeply upset and like be prodded, like prodding yourself, like, where is this coming from? Like, I'm fine, like, it was a great day. And then you realize, you can be like, yeah, I was just going grocery shopping. And then you realize that, oh yeah, that's what it was. The lady who was crying her eyes out because she felt so lost in life. And I gave her a hug and we started talking and blah, 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 blah. True story. And it takes a lot out of you, and it takes a lot into you is the thing. And it's like, this goes along with my next point. Number 4 is you attract broken people. So along the lines of the last point, empaths tend to feel a strong calling to want to fix and help other people and heal other people and like heal the perceived brokenness in other people. And like you feel this intensity as like it's your own. You feel this crying out, this pain, this heartache of other people like it's your own. Now, I don't like saying broken people. I like to do broken people because I personally believe we as humans can crumble and fall apart, but we are built in our birthright as children of God. And I think that God can evolve us into something new, but it's not necessarily you're broken and you're chopped and like here, this piece goes here. It's a wholeness and it's an evolution. So no one's ever broken, but just for the sake of the metaphor, you understand what I'm saying when I say broken. We can feel like we're torn and hurt and bruised. So empaths naturally are drawn to broken people, and because they naturally want to heal others, and they just don't like seeing people in pain. They really don't. They feel it as their own, and they genuinely want to help. And on a spiritual level, I really believe that empaths are here to help the world and help heal the world. I'm looking at all my notes here to make sure that I don't forget, just so you know. Here to help heal the world with their abilities. I think God really designed this universe to help align us with people and situations that align us with who we are at our core, and designing these situations in such a way that people alongside us like can help us fulfill our purpose and vice versa. It's nothing has no meaning in life. Everything's meaningful. Each and every person, every interaction is meaningful. Just empaths always can realize that they just find themselves in a scene where they, people are crying out in prayer, or they're crying out in themselves that they just don't have the words for prayer. For those words that sometimes people are at a loss for, it's empaths who do everything in their power to step in and really want to answer those prayers through themselves. So my fifth point is you feel like you are too much. So empaths feel and love deeply. And I've caught myself too many times saying, I feel like I'm too much. I feel like I'm just a lot for people. And this is something I'm still working through right now, but I'm here to tell you and I that you are not too much and you are not a lot. You feel a lot, but that is because you're a deeply sensitive human if you're an empath. We feel so much so that it can feel like too much. But in reality, we are feeling everything in its wholeness and its pureness, like it was designed to show up in this world to represent. And you can see that, you can feel that, you can know that. And that's a gift. And like any good thing, there's always a shadow side that comes to be able to illuminate it and evolve it even more. But that doesn't have to be a negative thing. And in fact, I think it has to be like defined as too much. It can be defined as like feeling everything in its fullness, feeling everything authentically and like in its wholeness. And what a gift is that, to know so deeply beyond what we are told to see, or beyond what like meets the eye. There's so much more to what meets the eye. There's so much more to that feeling inside that is telling you something. And you just know. You don't even have to know up here, you just know in here. And as an empath, I've come to know that this is truly a beautiful gift, to feel so many things, to know so many things innately, intuitively. And it's really, truly such a blessing in my life. So yeah, there's always more to what meets the eye as an empath, and it's truly a gift even when it feels like it's a curse. So that is all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can find some stuff relatable, and if you didn't, then I hope you can relate that to some people in your life that are true empaths, and maybe you can understand them in a new light. That is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Keep smiling, keep loving, and I'll see you next video.